Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and I finally watched Total Recall. This was directed by Paul Verhoeven, the director of movies such as RoboCop, and it starred Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sharon Stone, and Michael Ironside. And this is based on the short story We'll Remember It For You Wholesale, written by Philip K. Dick. Also, quick sidebar, Philip K. Dick is just the king of naming his short stories. Like, We'll Remember It For You Wholesale, The Minority Report, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. That man had his title game on point. Anyway, this movie tells the story of a man named Douglas Quaid, played by Schwarzenegger. He seemingly has a pretty good life. He's got a beautiful wife named Lori, played by Sharon Stone. 90s Sharon Stone, so c'est la vie there. And he has a good job. What's there not to like? Well, he feels a little unfulfilled and feels that there's something missing in his life. So he goes to this place called Recall, spelled with a K, where they will give him, well, memories. Memories of being a secret agent on Mars. However, the experiment seemingly goes wrong, and Quaid quickly finds out that his life is not what he thought it was. Full disclosure, I saw the remake of Total Recall before this one, and now that I have seen the original, I made a humongous mistake, because while I like some of the individual aspects of the Total Recall remake, Colin Farrell and Bryan Cranston being chief among them, that movie just didn't get it. I feel incredibly stupid for not having seen this movie a whole lot sooner, because boy oh boy, this movie was outstanding. I wholeheartedly miss Paul Verhoeven making sci-fi movies. I checked, he is still alive. He is 82 or 83, but he is still alive. I hope he comes back for just like one more time. And even if he doesn't, that's fine, but it would make me so happy to see him come back, because the dude knew exactly what he was doing with sci-fi. Like, he owned it. Verhoeven somehow lures you in with these bigger names. In the case of, well, this movie, for example, hey, early 90s Arnold Schwarzenegger is in here. It's gonna be awesome no matter what. Baits you in with that, and then makes you stay for the deeper stuff. Paul Verhoeven was a master at baiting you in and then keeping you there with deeper themes. For example, RoboCop. It's about a cop who dies and transforms himself into a robot. I mean, that could have been the dumbest movie of all time. However, there's a lot to unpack with that, including corporate greed, the whole omni-consumer products thing, corruption. You could write an academic paper on RoboCop and no one would blink an eye. Starship Troopers is a movie that I love so much, it deserves one of these videos, and I will make it one day. But I love that, and now that I've officially seen Total Recall, yeah, like I said, this movie is just outstanding. Like I said, this movie stars, almost peak Arnold Schwarzenegger. A year after this, he would star in a little movie called T2. You might have heard of it. But this was around the time where Arnold was just the man. He was going from strength to strength. Any movie he was in, it was automatically gold. And that goes double for Total Recall. Arnold Schwarzenegger is not a deep thespian. He was never really known for his tour de force performances. Arnold played Arnold. He plays Arnold here, and that's why I love him so much. He has some great all-timer one-liners here. Like, for example, consider that a divorce. Another one being, I am not you. You are me. No shit. And lest we forget, see you at the party, Richter! But Douglas Quaid, or is he called Douglas Quaid, is not some dunce. He more than holds his own, and he kind of catches on to this whole thing that he might be who he's not. Kind of in an admirable way. He's not some unthinking machine. We feel his pain, if you will. Sharon Stone is great. It is she was so sexy. That's all I'm gonna say. But she turned in a really great performance here. If you needed someone to play a villain in a sci-fi movie, Michael Ironside had better have been on your speed dial because he is great here. And probably the reason why you know about this movie is the effects. This movie utilizes mostly practical effects, and God bless him for it. These were created by Stan Winston. Movies are a lot worse now because he is no longer with us. The man knew exactly the assignment that he was given, and the effects in this movie are just magnifique. But like I said, this movie being directed by Paul Verhoeven, this movie is awesome. It has the definitive, badass moments. But there's actually a lot under the surface. In my research, I found that several college professors have written, lengthy essays about what this movie could mean and analyzing the themes therein. There was one written by a professor at the University of Guam, I forget his name, but he wrote about how this told a story about privatizing water and oil rights, and how human architecture had been replaced by this brutalist architecture. I'm touching the surface only because I'd be here all day if I were to explain it all. But for a movie about Arnold Schwarzenegger dropping one-liners and shooting people, there was 1,000 times more effort put into the story and the deeper themes than this movie had any right to have done. And God bless him for it. Total Recall effortlessly presents these ideas to you and gives you a chance to think them over. Say, hey, consider this for a minute. It presents it without batting an eye. And at the end of the day, I feel like a complete and total dunce that I have not seen this movie up to this point. And I'm just so glad that I know of it now. The performances are good, the action's awesome, the effects are, out of this world. I will see myself out. And this movie is a lot smarter than the average bear. God, I wish sci-fi movies like this would come back. But that is all for me. Thank you so much as always for watching. If you've clicked on this video, you more than likely have seen Total Recall. So what is your favorite Total Recall moment? Leave it in the comments. I'd love to read what you guys have to say. Also, next time on this series, I'm going to be talking about an action movie that doesn't get nearly the love that I think that it deserves. It is also from 1990, and it is called Predator 2. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one. Ah.